Hi, my name is Shaylee, and for my persuasive speech, I'll be doing Don't Let Your Kids Become Child Stars. Remember when you were a kid and you would put on talent shows in your living room so that your cousins could sleep over? I know I remember feeling like Hannah Montana while I was performing for my family. Now imagine your kid doing the same thing, but wanting to take it a step further. What if they wanted to go to auditions, get seen by talent agents, and what if they finally make it big one day? Now imagine 10 years later. That same kid is being publicly humiliated, in and out of rehab, and doesn't speak to you anymore. That's the reality for a lot of child stars. Whether you already have children or are planning to have them in the future, I think we can all agree that we want what's best for them. But what if that same opportunity that you think is setting up their life is actually destroying their future? Fame and fortune can feel like a glamorous lifestyle for kids, but what follows with that lifestyle is often emotional trauma and lack of proper development. I feel pretty qualified to talk about this as I've done extensive research on multiple child stars that have come forward with their experiences either through documentaries, through podcasts, or news articles. I can also say that I did acting as a child. Not quite on a big scale, but I've still seen the psychological toll that it's taken on people in their later years. So I want to first talk to you about the different emotional aspects and psychological tolls that it takes on children being child stars. Namely, one is the mental health toll. Demi Lovato admits in a documentary in her later years that during the filming of her breakout movie, Camp Rock, which was filmed on Disney Channel, she developed an eating disorder. She also battled addiction and dealt with suicidal thoughts and depression at the age of 15. I can remember being 15 years old and how difficult that was just adjusting to life and high school. I can't imagine how hard it would be doing all of that while also having cameras shoved in your face all the time. Amanda Bynes is another child star that we can all remember from shows like The Amanda Show or all of that, and we all thought she would have a really bright career ahead of her. But instead, she ended her career because of institutionalization from multiple mental disorders as a result of child stardom. And now she's not even in the light anymore. She's, I believe, a makeup artist, which is great for her because she's doing a lot better now, but still, it's a hard thing to deal with. Having an underdeveloped identity is also another issue with being a child star. Former Disney star Dylan Sprouts said that the industry gives you everything you want, except for a chance to grow up like a normal kid. Child stars often skip key developmental stages like school, friendship, and hobbies to meet production deadlines. Besides just the emotional and psychological toll these actors go through, the industry has a lot more sinister approach to making their profits. In an attempt to ensure that kids aren't being overworked, there are child labor laws that prohibit kids from working long hours, but besides that, there isn't much else in protections for children as there is for adults. For example, there is the Coogan Law, which is meant to safekeep children's earnings, but there's a ton of inconsistencies in that law and gaps within it as well. Besides just the gaps in the laws, some parents also kind of forget that they're putting their children into acting so that it can set up their life in the future. Instead, they see that inflow of money and they use it, and they forget that they're supposed to be putting it aside for their children. So then when the child grows up, they have nothing left. Besides just the labor laws that aren't fully developed for children, there's really terrible work environments as well. In Jeanette McCurdy's now famous book and memoir, I'm Glad My Mom Died, She reveals that she was forced into underage drinking while on set and pressured into revealing photo shoots. Both Disney and Nickelodeon stars have come forward about inappropriate behavior towards them by adults on set. There have even been a few adults that have been convicted of sexual abuse of minors. One example is a man called Brian Peck. He was convicted for sexual abuse by Drake Bell, who was a star on the set of The Amanda Show and then his own show, Drake and Josh. So what now? How can you ensure your child's talents are being nurtured while still maintaining their protection? Well, here are some alternative routes. You can get your children involved in community theater or local competitions. Getting involved in community theater is a great way to ensure that your children are safe. Community theater allows your kids to express themselves without the pressures of Hollywood. By doing this, they still gain experience, they build their confidence, and have a healthy outlet to let out their energy. Healthy competition is also a great way to teach your kids to have ambitions towards a goal and try their best. It's also a great way to teach them how to be a good sport if they lose and motivate them to always try again. So in conclusion, I've discussed how child stardom affects emotional and mental health of children. I've revealed the entertainment industry's tendency to exploit young actors, and I've offered alternative ways for children to thrive without fame. Now, fame and fortune can seem like a glamorous lifestyle for young children, but what follows with that lifestyle is often emotional trauma and lack of proper development. So when your kids come to you saying they want to be the next big thing, I hope you think twice. Instead of being famous, what they really need is a childhood.